are echoing along cobbles nearby. Your distant voice is calling, deep and calm and clear. I raise my eyes up high and pass beside the lane, hearing every passing tone fade into air. You were the loyal friend who gave your youth to me, waiting by the archway under the hazel branch. A heavy sigh drifts slowly down upon my mind, recalling all the honest truths we used to share. When December draws near us, my soul begins to yearn, tracing every shaded story that we had to keep. I feel your presence gliding through the silver fog, dwelling on the warm embrace I once had known. While December skies send my grief out to the sea, or bring my brother back to me right now. I still hold your letter inside this iron box. The ink still bears the trace of you I prize the most. We drank a glass of water at the riverbank, smiling at the pathway as I touched your arm. Who knew that winter evening was our last companion bound, leaving me myself upon a vacant shadow floor. A heavy sigh drifts slowly down upon my mind, recalling all the honest truths we used to share. When December draws near us, my soul begins to yearn, tracing every shaded story that we had to keep. I feel your presence gliding through the silver fog, dwelling on the warm embrace I once had known. While December skies send my grief out to the sea, or bring my brother back to me right now. The morning rain will wash away the faded dust and chill the pain of every loyal friend who trusts. But underneath the snow, our bond stays glowing strong. Tracing every shaded story that we had to keep. I feel your presence gliding through the silver fog, dwelling on the warm embrace I once had known. While December skies send my grief out to the sea, or bring my brother back to me right now. December snow drifting low, silver fog in the lane, thinking about you, friend. Doubt struck through the dark, silence deep at dusk. Overhead the stone vault's silver sheen caught a fading photograph floating on the stream, painted in the shades you seldom could redeem. She placed this near the window in the fall. She vanished far, keeping us with shadows only where we are. We touch upon the velvet with a shivering palm, wishing hard to hold what we wouldn't ever claim. Her portraiture is dim, the stain is growing stale, showing us a saga of a path that had to fail. Watching the gray shadow drifting in the hall, praying she was waiting right beside this wall. Any distant ghost is a cold and heavy stone, driving through the shadowy shapes of our bleak zone. The gold shadow in the hall show us once again. Did there truly exist days when this realm was bound? She said that she would keep the frame we built inside this hall, and how she felt our path was never clear at all. She asked to save this place and trace somewhere far blue, yet how could we erase a dream as pure as dew? We turn the velvet slowly and lay this past to hide, while all our faded vows and heavy sighs abide. Her portraiture is dim, the stain is growing stale, showing us a saga of a path that had to veil. Watching the gray shadow drifting in the hall, praying she was waiting right beside this wall. Any distant ghost is a cold and heavy stone, driving through the shadowy shapes of our bleak zone. The gold shadow in the hall show us once again. There truly exist days when this realm was bound. This space is growing dim as twilight fades away, and all that stays behind is marble memory. We close the passage now and let the candle go. Watching the gray shadow drifting in the hall, praying she was waiting right beside this wall. Any distant ghost is a cold and heavy stone, driving through the shadowy shapes of our bleak zone. The gold shadow in the hall show us once again. Did there truly exist days when this realm was bound? Floating in the dark, cold shadow, farewell my lost dream. Distant bells are ringing on the streetway outside. Old brass bands are playing, sad and low and wide. I hear your name called out across the barroom dark, listening to old records spark by fading spark. That was the quiet night you packed your bags from me, waiting for the last train, running toward the sea. A silver whistle calls so sweetly down the creek, recalling all the paper notes we chose to keep. When December rolls along, my soul begins to wake, tracing every fading picture that we couldn't make. I hear your laughter drifting through the silver haze, dreaming about the warm embrace we somehow missed our ways. Oh, December gales sweep my pain so far away, or send my old friend back to me today. I still save your photo in this iron disc. The ink still bears the trace of you I miss the most. We bought a glass of cider at the street side shop, smiling at our fortunes till the hours stopped. Who guessed that winter evening was our last forgotten tale, casting me adrift upon a barren, restless room. A silver whistle calls so sweetly down the creek, recalling all the paper notes we chose to keep. When December rolls along, my soul begins to wake, tracing every fading picture that we couldn't make. I hear your laughter drifting through the silver haze, dreaming about the warm embrace we somehow missed always. Oh, December gales sweep my pain so far away, or send my old friend back to me today. The morning rain will wash away the silver dust and calm the sigh of every tired soul that trusts. But deep inside the dark, our spark remains alight. I hear your laughter drifting through the silver haze, dreaming about the warm embrace we somehow missed always. Oh, December December snow drifting down, silver haze on the street, calling you tonight. Here's a tarnished brass key on the marble desk, holding all our secrets from the time you loved me. I can feel the cold frost creeping through the velvet chair, and hear your ghostly laughter in the empty hall. It's been 7 cold winters since you dropped your black coat, fled this shadow chamber for a lonely boat. Now the candle flames are dying down the dark corridor, but my broken soul is flying forever to you. Deep shadows of our dark palace spinning in my dreams, mourning for the velvet nights we buried deep in the dark. The grand clock is ticking in the midnight down, guiding my sad whisper through the frozen leaves. Lead me down to where our vow was pure and new. Dear lover, I am calling out to you. I recall the secret arbor where we used to dream, watching golden autumn leaves as the sky grew pale. You painted every stone wall blue beside the crystal stream, the softest velvet story that the stars have ever known. Now I stand inside this manor as the ash descends, longing for your distant voice in this silent realm. Now the candle flames are dying down the dark corridor, but my broken soul is flying forever to you. Deep shadows of our dark palace spinning in my dreams, mourning for the velvet nights we buried deep in the dark. The grand clock is ticking in the midnight down, guiding my sad burn smoke where a dark jasmine blows, rest an old abandoned chapel that they love to trace. They swore their vows of silk upon the dusk of grace, with souls full of sorrow and gaze full of space. They raised a marble altar for pale fog to creep, and etched their secret crest marks in the grasp of sleep. Now the shadows fall again beneath the cold moon tears, pulling her back to their lost shadow bound years. In the valley of phantoms, grief is still aflame, swirling through her chest with a bitter strain. Every shadow calls his voice, every strand of gray weaves the saddest dark tale that was ever saved. Dear valley of phantoms, hold their burning light underneath the frost fall and the black midnight. She treads along the stony ridge and holds the heavy rail, sensing how two lost ghosts bound by a thread of pain. He wore a velvet cloak of satin dark and gray, drifting through the shadows with a gaze so pale. The town has aged so deep since they were 25, yet their cold ruin stands forever in the rain. Now the shadows fall again beneath the cold moon tears, pulling her back to their lost shadow bound years. In the valley of phantoms, grief is still aflame, swirling through her chest with a bitter strain. Every shadow calls his voice, every strand of gray weaves the saddest dark tale that was ever saved. Dear valley of phantoms, hold their burning light underneath the frost fall and the black midnight. Winters may fall and the dark gales may howl, but the bonds of their grief sink deep in the ground. Nothing in this earth can tear their pact asunder. In the valley of phantoms, grief is still aflame, swirling through her chest with a bitter strain. Every shadow calls his voice, every strand of gray weaves the saddest dark tale that was ever saved. Dear valley of phantoms, hold their burning light underneath this empty hall where our burning vows turn pale at the breath of fate. I drift across the velvet-bound rooms of my lost life, tracing cold, forgotten tears that slowly fall. Which is the hour when you once swore your tender care, before you broke this golden thread and flew far elsewhere. Which sorrow plays its tune inside this wounded mind, whispering to the dreamer who keeps no room to find. Oh, pull me close to this dark velvet gown, where these cold black tears keep falling low. Remembrance of grace and this starlight's tragic sound is this deepest sorrow that my soul's ever bound. Soft velvet night, freeze my heart so tight inside this pale shadow of our candle glow. This cold silver glass still gleams inside the room, where pale ghosts hum their lost songs over drops of gloom. I stay in this shadow where we swore to breathe and dream, and gaze at this black mirror while my thoughts still sink. You loved another heart while I was lost in thee, and now this velvet room is full of dark tragedy. Which sorrow plays its tune inside this wounded mind, whispering to the dreamer who keeps no room to find. Oh, pull me close to this dark velvet gown, where these cold black tears keep falling low. Remembrance of grace and this starlight's tragic sound is this deepest sorrow that my soul's ever bound. Soft velvet night, freeze my heart so tight inside this pale shadow of our candle glow. I gave my whole soul falling in this frozen floor, and though you wander far, I'm recalling evermore to this room where our last dream was pull me close to this dark velvet gown, where these cold black tears keep falling low. Remembrance of grace and this starlight's tragic sound is this deepest sorrow that my soul's ever bound. Soft velvet night, freeze my heart so tight inside this pale shadow of our candle glow. Soft velvet night, candle glow. Black tears falling low. this tavern nearby. The silent stranger sits listening, calm and still and wise. You pour your tea right here and sit beside this stool, hearing how a purple glow fades past dawn. You ask about that year I lost someone to see, sitting near this counter beneath a copper beam. Some heavy sigh drops slowly past my silver glass, unfolding all forgotten stories from a distant past. As midnight bell strikes near, my mind starts to awake, spelling each forgotten secret that I swore to make. I feel her ghost lingering across this smoky haze, dreaming about those velvet eyes I long ago missed. Sing, stranger friend, drift my sadness out afar, and guide my angel home to me right now. You quietly hold your drink within this dim recess. This vapor slowly bears the ghost of who I prize the most. You nod and sip warm cider at this rustic bench, listening to my story while you reach my wrist. Who thought that distant summer was her closing movie frame, sending me adrift across a pale abandoned street? Some heavy sigh drops slowly past my silver glass, unfolding all forgotten stories from a distant past. As midnight bell strikes near, my mind starts to awake, spelling each forgotten secret that I swore to make. I feel her ghost lingering across this smoky haze, dreaming about those velvet eyes I long ago missed. Sing, stranger friend, drift my sadness out afar, and guide my angel home to me right now. This evening haze shall shelter all these faded dreams, and soothe the pain in each forgotten soul that bleeds. Yet deep inside my soul, her spark shines ever clear. As midnight bell strikes near, my mind starts to awake, spelling each forgotten secret that I swore to make. I feel her ghost lingering across this smoky haze, dreaming about those velvet eyes I long ago missed. Sing, stranger friend, drift my sadness out afar, and guide my angel home to me right now. pale shadows drift slowly, violet glow in this dusk, bidding you farewell. Here rests an ivory locket on my tabletop, shining through the shadow underneath the dark velvet. I can feel the cold brass gleaming in the autumn night, and watch your phantom dancing through the hall right now. It's been 7 dark months since you dropped your velvet scarf, left the silent room for the frozen path. Now the winter stars are pale across the lonely corridor, but my heavy soul is yearning back deep to you. Dark shadows of the lost lover dancing in my chest, mourning for the distant years I lost so long ago. The silver keys turning in the frozen lock, pulling all my longing through the midnight storm. Lead me down to where our vow was made and sworn. Lost lover, I am crying out to you. I recall that carpet where we used to sleep, holding tiny golden rings when the fire burned low. Your sister framed a silk portrait inside the hallway grand, the warmest secret haven that my heart has ever known. Now I stand inside this doorway as the snow drifts low, wishing I could walk alone toward that quiet shore. Now the winter stars are pale across the lonely corridor, but my heavy soul is yearning back deep to you. Dark shadows of the lost lover dancing in my chest, mourning for the distant years I lost so long ago. The silver keys turning in the frozen lock, pulling all my longing through the midnight storm. Lead me down to where our vow was made and sworn. Lost lover, I'm crying out to you. Life turns like a shadow that can never grow still, fading into ashes on the frozen hill. But no matter where I stumble through this realm so cold, the vision of our kiss is lingering right here. have you rest this dark chair in my history, guiding to the young child behind soft tapestries. I can touch the dark silk drifting through this velvet chamber and write a warning letter to the child right there. It's been 7 bleak moons since you broke your silver ring, gave that tender passion for a bitter crown. Now the velvet shadows grow so cold inside this corridor, and my lonely soul keeps sending lost words to you. Here, shadows of the past, dreamland bleeding in my veins, telling of the ghostly vows you gave so long ago. This dark chair is holding all your silent tears, guiding my weak vision through the bitter cold. Send me back to when your heart was whole and pure. Young shadow, I am writing back to you. I recall dark velvet where you used to sleep, holding golden promised rings when the sky turned cold. Your lover wove a subtle web around your tragic heart, the deepest endless sorrow that the soul could ever keep. Now I rest in this rocking chair as dark mist bleeds slow, praying you were safe inside from this broken realm. Now the velvet shadows grow so cold inside this corridor, and my lonely soul keeps sending lost words to you. Here, shadows of the past, dreamland bleeding in my veins, telling of the ghostly vows you gave so long ago. This dark chair is holding all your silent tears, guiding my weak vision through the bitter cold. Send me back to when your heart was whole and pure. Young shadow, I am writing back to you. Fate turns like a spiral that can never reset, tracing only scars upon the fading path. But no matter how you suffer in this life so cold, the promise of your soul is burning deep within. Here, shadows of the past, dreamland bleeding in my veins, telling of the ghostly vows you gave so long ago. This dark chair is holding all your silent tears, guiding my weak vision through the bitter cold. Send me back to when your heart was whole and pure. Young shadow, I am writing back to you. Bleeding in my veins. Young shadow, last night, that dark wool coats collect snow, left a quiet silver pocket where you used to go. We counted drops of rainfall in the chill of fall, with hands cold from winter and cups full of gall. We kept a faded letter for the silent clock to chime, and marked our heavy footprints on the frost of glass. Now the shadows stretch again across the cold blue haze, pulling me home to those lost, forgotten ways. Through this parlor of shadows, grief is still in place, swelling up my room with a heavy grace. Every tea stain shows your face, every thread of lace paints the blackest small tale that was ever traced. So parlor of shadows, keep our candle lit underneath the gray cloud and the dim gaslight. I stare along the hallway floor and hold the velvet frame, wondering how two cold hearts fell by a game of shame. You left a wool coat of charcoal, dark and gray, drifting through the shadows with no words to say. The house has grown so quiet since we said goodbye, but this small parlor sleeps forever under sky. Now the shadows stretch again across the cold blue haze, pulling me home to those lost, forgotten ways. Through this parlor of shadows, grief is still in place, swelling up my room with a heavy grace. Every tea stain shows your face, every thread of lace paints the blackest small tale that was ever traced. So parlor of shadows, keep our candle lit underneath the gray cloud and the dim gaslight. Years may pass and the dark frost may fall, but the threads of our grief run deep inside wall. Nothing in this room can wash our hurt at all. Shows your face, every thread of lace paints the blackest small tale that was ever traced. So parlor of shadows, keep our candle lit underneath the gray cloud and the dim gaslight. Clocks in dust, parlor of shadows, always inside my mind. Soft cotton brushed damp skin long ago, underneath scarf's crimson shade touched a frayed dark cardigan lying on the floor, woven with the threads I fondly recognized. You draped it on the bedpost in the hour you slipped outside, haunting me with golden years that I could hold. I touch again the fabric with a shivering palm, seeking soft old warmth that I couldn't comprehend. Your woven stitches worn, the thread is fading white, spinning me a vision of a pulse that had to break. Feeling the soft cotton folded on the floor, hoping you were walking back into my room. Every woven thread is a sweet and quiet blade, slicing through the visions of my hollow past. Dear soft sweater on the floor, bring me one more chance. Was there ever a season when your soul was mine? You swore that you would hold the way I wore your heavy coat, and how you wished our summer wasn't always lost. You begged me keep my warmth and seek somebody new, but how can I release a face as dear as you? I press the velvet closely and keep it deep inside, where all my faded hopes and silent shadows hide. Your woven stitches worn, the thread is fading white, spinning me a vision of a pulse that had to break. Feeling the soft cotton folded on the floor, hoping you were walking back into my room. Every woven thread is a sweet and quiet blade, slicing through the visions of my hollow past. Dear soft sweater on the floor, bring me one more chance. Was there ever a season when your soul was mine? The house is growing dark as evening turns to 3, and all that's left of us is woven mystery. I smooth the cloth again and dim the flame down low. Feeling the soft cotton folded on the floor, hoping you were walking back into my room. Every woven thread is a sweet and quiet blade, slicing through the visions of my hollow past. Dear soft sweater on the floor, bring me one more chance. Was there ever a season when your soul was mine? Folded on the floor, soft sweater, goodbye my dear love. distant shades will speak in the dark of night. I step along the frozen wood halls of my next life, watching gold antique hands slip slowly past. This is the year where we will meet our age itself, before we lose this tender dream and drift far apart. The grandfather clock chimes through the empty hall, singing to the lonely soul who has no time to hold. Please carry us to the cold future room, where the black clock gears keep spinning down. Visions of you and the winter's frozen shine is the darkest shadow that we'll ever find. Cold future night, hold our love so tight, underneath the shadow of the bell tower chime. This dark glass clock face still glows beside our bed, where future ghosts tell their sad griefs over cups of rust. I lie in the silence where we used to dance and dream, and stare at the cold mirror as I wait and pray. Fate took our young days while we were lost in dreams, and now this silent room is full of strange specters left. The grandfather clock chimes through the empty hall, singing to the lonely soul who has no time to hold. Please carry us to the cold future room, where the black clock gears keep spinning down. Visions of you and the winter's frozen shine is the darkest shadow that we'll ever find. Cold future night, hold our love so tight, underneath the shadow of the bell tower chime. I left our sweet love ticking on this silver dial, and though years pass away, I'll be waiting evermore to the hour where our last breath was drawn. Please carry us to the cold future room, where the black clock gears keep spinning down. Visions of you and the winter's frozen shine 완전히